really bad example. And if you're going to be in a role of leadership, you got to be right-minded. You got to be right-minded and right inside. And you're not, so I, as John the Baptist, expert in the living law, have to say something to you, even if it cost me my life. And it ended up costing him his life. Do not fail to report evil by wrongdoers not following common law or testifying in an investigation against those who refuse common law. You don't mistreat a foreigner. Right, well, that's me. That's my people. You don't take advantage of a widow or an orphan. Okay, so I'm a widow. And I've been, it's beyond taken advantage of. That's what's happened to me. You don't spread a false report. A judge is not to receive a wicked person's testimony. Now, the wicked are persons because they're things, They're not living, they're things. It's got no life in it. The wicked have no life in them. That's why their eyes are blind and their ears are deaf, right? Okay, so if you've ever watched All in the Family, you'll hear Archie Bunker talk about meatheads. Well, that's exactly what a wicked person is. A wicked person is a meathead. It fucking dead from the neck up. So a judge will not hear one litigant in the absence of another. You don't mislead anyone by giving unlawful advice against the common law. You don't follow the crowd in doing evil by not following common law. So liars, which is a murderer, false witnesses shall be judged according to common law. Well, it's a purge, right? You got to purge that. You don't purge it, it gets out of control like what you see now. Now that's all common sense, right? What I just said was common sense. That's common sense 101. And then, of course, we've got all this other crap that they're a party to. They don't follow any of it. They don't follow any of it. They just don't fucking care. They just don't care about law and justice. They don't care about what's right. It's all about fucking money and greed and hate and evil. And they're constantly coming at me and my family. And that's why I came on here. Oh, heavens. Where does time go? I swear time stops when I start talking. I came on here when it was still September the 30th because I needed to talk about my son because it was the National Day of Truth and Reconciliation, and apparently every child matters except for mine. Where's my son? Where's my son? Because my son is my security. My son is my security. They stole my security. Of course, that's what a son is to a mother. Well, that's what a husband is to a wife, right? It's security. And then I've been blessed enough to be loved, right, by a man who loved me for over 20 years, and my son absolutely adored me. There was no problems between him and I. I was never abusive to him. If I showed you what they did to us, you'd be like, what in the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on? Why are they constantly trying to murder this woman? What's going on here? Well, I know. I understand. I know. I know why they keep trying to murder me. So here's something else that the world needs to understand about who I am and why I'm here. So I have copper-based blood. I have Rh negative blood. I have copper-based blood. I don't know if anybody listening to me understands how to wire a building for power. What kind of wire do you use? Is it copper-based wire? So I'm a highly sensitive woman. I'm an empath. So I'm directly connected to the man, the Spirit of Truth, who sent me here. So in my culture, we're familiar with different things, right? And two of the things that we are familiar with, one is the staff and the other is the rod. So in my culture, we know the staff is used for guidance, and then the rod is used for discipline. And, well, basically judgment. So while I've been here, I arrived here June 28th, 1973, I have been the testing rod for my father. So how I get treated and how I get reacted to lets my father know who that individual is. Because the wicked can't stand me. The wicked can't stand the sound of my voice. The wicked can't stand the sight of me. The wicked don't want to hear anything that I have to say. It's only the righteous. It's only the righteous who are interested in who I am. It's only the righteous who would be interested in what I have to say. It's only the righteous, the ones looking for the truth, searching for the truth, looking for comfort because they're not comfortable here, who are going to be okay with me. Because this world absolutely hates me. Like, it's bad. It's been bad for 5 decades. But I'm still going to move forward because I have a job to do. So when the wicked rule, the righteous mourn. And if a leader is wicked, all of the officers are wicked. So if you have wicked leadership, everyone and everything underneath that wicked leader is also wicked and crooked. And that's what you have happening here in Canada. That's what you have happening in every province. You've got the head of a corporation calling itself Canada. That's wicked. So all of its agents are wicked. And then you've got here in British Columbia, base British Columbia, you have wicked leadership. So all of the officials and all of the agents are wicked. And I can prove it to you because I deal with them on a constant basis. I try to have a conversation with these fucking humans, these humans legally defined as monsters, and it's like talking to a wall. They do not understand a word that I'm saying because I'm speaking truth and life, and they're not of that, well, they're not of that language. They're not of that people. So they're trying to wear me down, right? It's called the wearing out of my people. Well, in scripture, it's called the wearing out of the saints, but I don't like that term. I don't like the term saint. It doesn't seem right to me. And you come up with a different word. The righteous would be better. So it's the wearing down of the righteous by the constant, well. So why is Daniel Carroll in my life? Why would Daniel Carroll begin a fraud on the court petition to steal everything that I've been gifted, to steal my land, steal all the money from the sale, steal most of the personal chattel? You think that fuckface ever calls me up and asks me how I'm doing? So they flew that fuckface in at the end of January when I applied to the court to stop them. It didn't even have enough fucking class to have a shower that morning. It came to fucking court, all greasy and fucking gross. I got right up close to that savage, and its breath smelled like shit. No joke, not even kidding. I don't have any lies to tell you. I'm providing testimony here of my experience with the wicked. Can you imagine not even fucking having a shower? So the sewer rats from CIBC flew the raw sewage spewer Daniel Carroll into Victoria so he could come and steal my home. Him and this fucking idiot. This little fucking arrogant abomination. An Asian arrogant abomination calling itself David Masuhara, who embezzled the entire sale so Daniel Carroll could steal the closing costs from 3 beneficiaries. So fuckface here stole everything and then stole $100,000 of beneficial property that doesn't belong to CIBC. Now, why is Daniel Carroll in my life? Well, I'll tell you why. Because my father wants Daniel Carroll purged. And that's what's going to happen to that thing. That's not a man. That's a fucking monkey. That's a malicious fucking male monkey, Daniel Carroll from Kamloops, BC. And its life is over. So there's going to be a foreign judgment drawn up for the purging of Daniel Carroll. And Daniel Carroll now has gifted me all of its property of every type. I'll be writing that Pukes. I'll be writing that Pukes last will and testament for it. Yeah. And its buddies there are going to be signing it. So what it's going to say is, I appoint my friend. This is the last will and testament of me, Daniel asshole Carroll, of the city of Kamloops in the province of British Columbia. I revoke all my prior wills and codicils. I appoint my friend, Victoria Ann Evans, to be the executor of this, my will, and the trustee of my estate. There'll be somebody else named, but I'm the one who's large and in charge. And it'll also say, I give my trustee all my property of every kind wherever located to administer as I direct in this will. Yeah, so we've just written Daniel asshole Carroll's last will and testament, because he's going to be purged. That thing's going to be purged. It's not even a he, it's an it. It's a male it. And it's going to, well, I'll have to write up its obituary. I'll be giving its eulogy. It'll have to be a closed casket. Yeah, because I'm going to do to you, you fucking puke, what you did to me. Unfortunately, you won't be surviving. Because you banked on me committing suicide, Daniel. You and all those witches that I saw in that corrupt communist coven acting as the BC Satanic Court. You all banked on me committing suicide. You figured this was going to be the nail in the coffin for me, eh? You figure I'm going to fucking fold like a card table? Because now you've stolen my baby and sold him for profit? You fucking pukes. Day of Truth and Reconciliation, national holiday. Truth of reconciliation. Every child matters. Every child matters. Where's my son? Who did you sell my son? Who buys an 8-year-old? Who did you sell my 8-year-old son to? So how many of you fucking sodomized my son while he was in a fucking cunt of the coven care? Because that's what they do with them. That's why they take them. Go do your homework on government child protection. Go do your homework on, what witches do. Go do some research on the pedophiles pretending to be the Catholic Church. So this is the boy that they want. They want a very intelligent, pure-hearted victim, because that's the victim with the most energy. My security, stolen, sold for profit. We were extremely, extremely close. There was never a problem between him and I. There's never a problem between righteous people. There's only a problem between righteous and wicked. So there was a cold war going on between me and my same-sex parent, just like Jesus said there would be. My mother hates me. She called the ministry on me to have my son taken from me because she was going to take him and raise him, or so she figured. That didn't work out for her. But for the first time in my life, that fucking satanic skank calling itself my mother leaves me alone. Because she finally did what she set out to do, which is completely destroy me. And she completely destroyed an innocent little boy with her fucking ugly and her lies and her hatred. Hey, Yvonne? How you doing, Yvonne? Where are you, Yvonne? You don't want to talk to me, Yvonne? Well, Yvonne, if you and I are ever in a room together again, one of us will be leaving that room in a body bag. Yeah, eye for eye, tooth for tooth, witch. Yeah, Yvonne's a born-again Christian, if that tells you anything about why I'm not a Christian. I marinated in that fucking satanic bullshit as a little girl. Made me sick then, and it makes me sick now. I'm a woman of truth. I can have nothing to do with falsehood. I hate it all. I never mean for these to be this long. I was absolutely so sick today. So sick today. Anyway, I'm gonna try to turn this off now and hope that it takes. And I know nobody listens to me, or very few do, but if anybody was listening to me, I hope you learned something. I hope you learned something, because that's what I do. I'm a teacher. I teach the truth to those who are interested in the truth. I'm a woman of truth. That's why this world hates me. I'm wanted, dead or alive. Wanted. Yeah, all because I vibe differently. That's not okay. You can't discriminate against someone because they're different. Everybody's supposed to be included. But I'm not. I'm not included at all. Oh well. That's just the way it's got to be, I guess. I'm still in this holding pattern, and I still am obviously in training and in testing. So the clay is never arrogant enough to question the potter, I'll tell you that. But I'll keep moving forward, and I'll keep doing the right thing, and I'll keep saying speaking the truth. And by the way, I don't show mercy to the wicked. I don't show mercy to the wicked at all. Why would I do that? That doesn't help anybody. Least of all the wicked, who need to be taught a lesson. That being one of the wicked will destroy you, your life, and your family. And that's just the living law. That's all written in Scripture, and my Father watches over His word to perform it.